All right, so this was a build-around submission for Storm the Festival plus Elves. So Storm the Festival has been seeing some amount of play in the format. Flips 2 things into play from your top 5 cards that are permanents with mana value 5 or less, and then flashes back for 10. This notably, even if it misses, gets lands into play to allow you to ramp up into its flashback, and Elves has a lot of ramp cards in it. So like Canopy Tactician is a hit for making our elf board bigger, but it also gives us mana to ramp up into a Storm the Festival again. And then we've got Skemfar Shadowsage here, which makes each opponent lose X life, where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common, or it can gain you life. So you could go ahead and floop this into play to drain your opponent out. If you have a bunch of elves, you got things like Warmaster here to go wide with our board. I've excluded Circle of Dream Druids because we do have the black splash for these, as well as Faceless Haven, which is a lot of non-green lands, I felt. And then we've got 12 kind of 1 to 2 mana accelerants, so we can try and get to our 4 mana cards a turn ahead of curve, because theoretically you could go, you know, Tangled Florahedron on 2, this on 3, Storm the Festival on 4, which seems like a very reasonable curve. So let's dive on into some games with this and see if it has the power to grind out the control decks in the format or keep up with the other aggressive decks that have things going on. No, that's actually probably perfect, because I can snack on it between Unite too. This hand unfortunately does not have an accelerant in it, but has a 2-drop in our colors of mana, so I think we keep. Nice. Oh, I should have tapped the Faceless Haven, because if these traded, I could have drawn a green 1-drop. Thanks for the follow, Blamage and Antung. And Cordemi, thank you for the over 3 years. I appreciate the resub. Welcome back. Yeah, I didn't put Herald in here because I felt like Storm kind of filled a similar role. Poor Herald. He shall not unite the elves on this day. The elves were storming the festival and they did not want to be united. Herald was left out in the cold. Why is there Jace Puppet? Because I have emotes turned off. And when you have emotes turned off, it disables the pet. USD, thank you for the sub gifties. I really appreciate that. Happy Wednesday to you. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Okay, get to draw some cards here. If they attack with these Clarion Spirits, I'm definitely trading off. Yeah, I've always been like consistently underwhelmed by Realm Walker. It's just not felt good most times I've played with it in these tribal decks. Thanks for the follower, girl. I think Tangled Florahedron's looking like a spell this game. Yikes. So, before anybody asks, there are not crippling fears in my green-black elf sideboard because I have 10 black sources in my deck. So I have declined to play a double black spell in my deck because I am capable of doing math. Would it look good when we could cast it in a matchup like this? Yeah, definitely, but you're not going to consistently cast it. 10, we only need 2. Yep. Yep. You're not wrong. So, Sculptor only counts as a black source if I have one of my 6 snow black lands in play. So Sculptor's not a black source with Pathway. Yeah, if we gave up Faceless Havens to play four more black sources, Fear would be, I think, closer to castable. Yeah, I think like 13's like the floor. I don't know. Maybe the Sentinels get us across that cap, but like we're not going to be able to cast it a lot of the time. Is the TLDR. Okay, this is the turn 4 storm, right? But Jeff, this hand could cast Crippling Fear on turn 3. We should play Crippling Fear, Jeff. We still get to do this, right? This is, Of
course, I'm hero material. Just look at me. Join me in battle.
I think I'm supposed to plus this, so that way the Spellbinder doesn't kill it. Would that anyways. Glad we made the elves. friendo. Alright, well, I mean, I'm glad we got to do the thing. That was what we're looking to do that game. And it's sweet when we accomplish it. Alright, one more hand like that, please, dealer. Yeah, now I gotta be on the draw. It's the... Okay, look at how castable Crippling Fear would be in this deck, chat. What kind of idiot wouldn't put Crippling Fear in their tribal deck? Only an idiot would not play Crippling Fear. Devs, thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. I stuck my elf in a hole, chat. Other place seems good for us. At least one of these is a land. Alright, no Spellbinder. I mean, that is technically request granted. It's not a Spellbinder. Hey, storm the festival off the top, please. Yikes. Yikes.
I mean you haven't heard of me. There's enough glory for all of us.
I believe we have died. Wow, killed my Tyvar too. Rude. So, I think comparing mono white and mono green doesn't make a lot of sense. The mono white deck is a small creature aggressive beatdown deck, whereas the mono green deck is an aggressively slanted mid-range deck. So I'd agree with you that the white deck is a better aggro deck, but the mono green deck isn't trying to be a linear aggro deck. The power of the green deck is that it gets to play interactive cards like Blizzard Brawl that are really above rate, and then it grinds with things like Wrenn and 7 and Chariot and all of its creature lands. So I think it really depends on what you're looking to do. Yeah, the mono white deck also isn't very good into the green deck, because being slightly bigger in the aggro mirror is better. Our deck? Yeah, our deck's like a ramp combo deck, kinda. Poisoned Horror, thanks for the follow. Why is being slightly bigger in the aggro mirror better? Because it means your creatures tend to block profitably into their creatures, and aggro mirrors tend to be about attacking, so being able to block profitably means you're favored. Yeah, you win inside of combat. The lower to the ground aggro decks are better at getting under control decks generally, but they're worse against slightly bigger aggro decks in the aggro mirror. This is a spell here. Okay. Dear opponent, please don't Doomscar me. Land, please. It could be a Doomscar. They didn't have white last turn. Get my hand empty since they have teachings in hand. I would like to dedicate that Doomscar to Tumos, for it is their fault that we were swept.
My name. I saved a monster for you.
They're a Cody deck, chat! That's gasoline. I just take double Warmaster here, right? They're still at 19. Just want to go wide. And then with Tyvar in play, all of these tap for mana, so we could flash back Storm the Festival again. Hey, spin the wheel, opponent. Oh, God. I take it all back. Your deck fucking sucks, opponent. Nobody loves it. It's not sweet. Cody has betrayed us for the birds, yeah. Big mood. See, chat, Siphon Insight isn't very good against us because our deck is full of garbage cards. Oh yeah, that's true too. Siphon Insight's also pretty bad with Cody. Untapped land. Nailed it.
I saved the monster.
We could have gotten a forest and played Sentinel. Yeah, it's a good call. Yeah, the fact that it self-enables its flashback when you miss is huge. Wow, Go Blank exiles our festivals, chat. Second rude.
Too many risks.
Hey, pseudonym. Thanks for the quarter of year. Welcome back. You needed to pick Chasm to enable crippling fear. So they have 2 free blocks here off the indestructible on the Bolt land. These are going to get 2/2 at Death Touch. They're debating on if they want to take 12 or if they want to trade some angels for some 1/1s here. I agree, having different angel tokens is very silly. There's a festival, Bob. I don't have time to have an epiphany. We gotta party hard. We're here to smash, chat. We can get them low enough, this Faceless Haven might let us survive. When we kill this Cody, they're probably gonna have Elves to play out, huh? Why are we triple blocking? They have like a deal 2 here? Like these are all gonna get +2/+2. Yeah. Yeah, I think not going to 1 is the better play on their part. I think we're actually pretty ahead at the moment, press pick. We'll see what Elves they got from us. They have like a sweeper here. And we also like they had a turn 4 Doomscar or whatever against our tribal deck. And they exiled our Storm the Festival flashback, so we're still grinding okay here. The Conqueror Worm, thank you for the brand new prep support. I appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. So in my Faceless Haven trades here, I get to draw a card. This is a non-token elf. Just not holding that land to bluff. They had a bunch of go blanks in their deck, so I don't want to have to discard it later potentially. The Biblioplex drew divide by 0. That seems pretty good. Hey, awesome. Glad you enjoyed the YouTube stuff. Welcome to a live one, and thanks for supporting me. Alright, so if I shove with everything, they get to divide by 0, 1, probably exile another with like a Vanishing Verse. Then I push 2 points of damage. I think it's still correct to do that because my out here feels like we're closing in on drawing a copy of the black card that drains them. This unfortunately does not draw a card when it dies. Yep. Fading Hope, same as Vanishing Verse, still gets rid of the thing. So they take 2 as expected down to 2, and then we're just hoping to peel a Storm the Festival into a Drain Elf for one of our 4 copies of our Drain Elf. We have our outs and we're playing to them. So six good draws and 35 cards, so about 1 in 6 to find what we're looking for. Hey, Volpert, thanks for 31. The baddest Jujus, thanks for the follow. That is not the Drain Elf I wanted for Christmas, chat. We're not dead on board, at least. We're going to be quickly, though, with Mascot Exhibition here. Oh no! Don't cast Doomscar. I'll never be able to win the game. Well, did you input the text yourself, Pass? Lazy Zoomers. It had very clear instructions. Not dead yet. They're probably drawing all of my Drain Elves. Feels bad, man. Veil of Summer. I don't know about that one. All right, chat. 6 good hits and 32 cards. I mean, we've basically been in the same position for 4 or 5 turns. We're playing to our 6 outs. The go blanks, I know it's easy. Like, the go blanks were so instrumental this game. If we'd have had flashbacks on these storms, we like almost assuredly win this, but the fact that they exiled our graveyard was just brutal. Alright, last draw step. Not gonna do it. Yeah, we're 12% for 1 draw, but like realistically we had that 1 draw for like 3 or 4 turns, right? So like when we got into that position, we were how likely to hit it? Or like we're actually better than a coin flip to hit one of our 6 outs over 4 turns there. Honestly, I might just click submit. Maybe I want check for traps for sweepers, but like their sweepers Doomscar, right? It's like my discard spells don't work anyways.
First we fight, then we feast.
I think I just make a token here to play around. I guess they don't have a sweeper. How did his start go? The deck we played was good. Delver was very bad. You throw a token here for 3 points of damage. No, there aren't clips on my channel that are that old, Hunox. I think one of my most memorable Delver moments was that SCG tournament that I top 8'd with the Delver deck. And in that tournament, there was a game where I played 1 Delver on 1, and I played 2 more Delvers on turn 2, and I won the game on turn 7 or 8 with 3 1/1s in play. How many hits? I think that deck had 26 or so. And the other thing to remember when asking about how many hits were in the deck was I already had 3 Delvers in play when they weren't flipping, right? So I had clearly drawn a good chunk of my non-instants and sorcery cards. So you're better at that point than what the average is. Are they dead next turn? I guess they get to bounce one of these, right? Because they have fading. This would normally be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it would have been lethal had they not had the bounce spell here. Or do they have another Fading Hope in hand? They're pausing to get priority. They might have another Fading Hope. Yeah, looks like it. That's fine. I still take a huge hit here. Thanks for the third of your turns, Tails. I mean, we could technically hit the Drain Elf and kill them still here, right? So we're gonna hang out for a bit. Wait and see. Maybe. 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 They could Doomscar here. Yeah, it trades the Angels for my board. I think this is good for us, right? I think this gives us more time than we otherwise would have had. I think Shaman of Pack would be too strong in Historic. Nah. The other part of this game that's been annoying is that, like, my opponent has literally used 12 more minutes off their clock than I have. Elves playable in Historic. They're very good in Best of 1. They're pretty mediocre in Best of 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can start with this, I think. That's lethal, right? Alright, game 3. Hey, Tiago. Thank you for that incredibly generous tier 3 and for the 26 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Good afternoon. It's noon 20 here in the cornfields. Oh, you know what? Are there supposed to be Tangletraps in my deck? It kills Miscellaneous Angels and Cody. I have 24 lands plus these. Yeah, I'm gonna cut 3 of my Florahedrons and put Tangletraps in. Came here to compliment the Man Most Wine content on YouTube. What's going on, Umber? In about 40 minutes, we're going to be doing some more Mamoswine live. It was originally going to be our first session with Mamoswine, but it released early last night, so we had to play with it some last night too. Yeah, there's a Mamoswine highlight up on YouTube now, and then we're going to be playing that live for a couple hours this afternoon at the end of the stream. It's a lot of fun. Seems like a sweet Pokemon. Deck submissions are 5k bits, Duck Doolittle. You mean like the Delverless, like the Jeskai Tempo Delverless Delver? I'm down for that. So Tyvar is better against a sweeper and means we can still storm next turn, so I think I do that. Hey, awesome. I'm glad you two are playing together, Tiago. Yeah, Christy and I, it's been a great thing for us to play together. It's been a lot of fun.
Too many risks.
You heard of this new movie called Constipation? It's not quite out yet. That's... Oh, Twitch chat. Hey, so we're getting swept, Chip. Speaking of my wife, she's back with lunch. It's exciting. I like lunch, chat. Ooh, we're not getting swept. This must be a what's it called then, huh? Epiphany? You. I don't know the status of the current queue. I'm planning to do... I did 3 decks out of the queue today, Duck Doolittle, and I'm planning to do 3 decks tomorrow and then 2 to 3 decks on Friday. Is my plan. Oh, we did see Starheim Unleashed too. That's true. It could be that. You gotta talk them into creating a second, like if they really care about the rank and just don't want to let it go, Shadow Lord, you gotta talk them into like making a secondary Smurf account. No, I'm good. Love you. This is still a Cody deck, yeah. We do have Chipotle for lunch. It's delicious. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. I'm 1 short, so I guess we just do this and smack them then, huh? I don't want to commit too hard to the board because they could have another sweeper.
Go, earn your renown. There's enough glory for all of us.
Hey, thanks for the bits, Duck. You've been very generous recently. I appreciate the support. I'd be happy to get that one added back in. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, only 9. I think we start here. Holy shit, chat. Holy shit. Somebody's gonna need to run the fucking math on that one. Are these are the only misses in my deck right now, right? Because, like, these are the other 2 Storm the Festivals? What an awful joke. Hey, thanks for the 66 months, Pengu Power. Good to still see you around. Looks like that was a 0.0000013 chance of happening. Just astronomical. If those really were the only non-hits, it's 1 in 750,000. Wow. 1 in 750,000. Not quite 1 in a million, but close. And, like, even a land there would have been good, right? Because if we would have hit a land in that instance, we would have been able to flashback Storm the Festival this turn. I watched you play the Marvel deck, and that miss seems consistent with the rest of the data. Big mood.
Too many risks.
well, nothing we could really do about that one. Honestly, I kind of feel like that game showed some of the potential of what our deck has, right? In addition to our potential to be high variance, the old 1 in 750,000. We had a good bit of grind there, right? That's true. I did sideboard in 3 misses. Those Tangletraps could have been Tangled Florahedrons. Tangletrap, living up to its name, chat, trapping us on our Storm the Festival. I don't usually finish my Chipotle bowl in one sitting, but you better believe after that last game I'm rage eating this entire thing. I need my belly full to quell the burning anger. Thanks for the sub gift, Strider Stone. Is that one about to make one of your videos that you post? Thanks for the support. Hey, Saoris, welcome back. Thanks for the prime. You just I whiffed on a 1 in 750,000. There were 5 non-hits for Storm the Festival in my deck, and we hit all 5 of them. Interesting that they chose to bounce. Are they killing this? They must be killing this, right? Otherwise, they'd bounce the more expensive one. Yeah, we played Bant Party in Standard 22, and it was very reasonable. So they're one of those things like on my list to get back to at some point. Honestly, the land's not even a bad hit here, right? Because we get to, like, drop this, and then these make some tokens here, and we're in a fine spot. Hey, Days In, thanks for the half a year. Your Cody deck was sweet. I don't take back the mean things I said about Aldrin's Epiphany, though, because that card's not sweet. Hope the rest of your laddering goes well today. Codying people's on my to-do list at some point too, and we'll probably play Aldrin's Epiphany also because it's toxically good. Easy double block here, right? If they have a burn spell and they want to spend it on one of these, that's good for us. Yes, I agree. Concerted defense seems good. I only have 8 mana total here. That's fine, right? We get to go Tyvar into Canopy Tactician. I mean, Twitch chat hates time walks and sweepers, so like, yeah. Let me rephrase. Twitch chat loves playing Time Walks and Sweepers, hates playing against them. All right, what did they want to treasure for here? Have you found the Siphon Insights good? I think that's the only thing about your deck list that looked a little bit awkward. I've liked Siphon Insight in general, but Siphon Insight being you can't play their permanents when you have Cody out seems to touch awk. Okay, so float black, untap, cast this. Quite what we're looking for, but could be worse. Could be worse. We got a decent amount of mana. Yeah, Epiphany being legal in Standard still really kind of cuts across to me, and I've talked about this before, about Wizards' lack of consistency with how they manage their ban lists. Like, it's so weird to me that they can... All right, hold on one second. This is taking 3. How they can, like, call out Time Warp as a, we're banning this card because it's never going to do anything healthy and historic, but then, like, leave very similar effects legal in other formats. That's such a weird waffly position to take.
They will remember our names together.
All right, and now I can activate Elvish Warmasters on defense, so it feels like we've stabilized this board relatively well. He's give 2/2 and Death Touch, because while Tyvar's in play, all of these things tap for black mana. So we've got 4 black sitting here on board. Ghoulam Tell, thanks for the follow. And again, like, this type of game to me really highlights why there's so many people that have been complaining about Wrenn and Chariot in this format, and I really think those people just couldn't be bigger, whinier babies. Like, these cards that are interactable via combat have so many avenues for counterplay. There's so many different ways you can, like, flood the board and go big, that in my mind, the only card in this format that really feels difficult to interact with and obnoxious and often oppressive is Aldrin's Epiphany. Yeah, and honestly, I feel it feels very similar. Yeah, the two people in chat on the same wavelengths. Yeah, those are the type of people that thought Carnage Tyrant was too good. Do I want to change anything here? I don't know that I do. They could be a Goldspan Dragon deck. If they're a Goldspan, they have Dragonfire, so they're almost assuredly a Goldspan Dragon deck, right? Do I want some Tangletraps if they're a Goldspan Dragon deck? It worked out really well last time I boarded this card in, so I'm excited to board it in again. I agree. I think most of the decks that are playing Epiphany, outside of the blue-red extra turns deck, I think every blue deck that has Epiphany in it is still a reasonable deck without Epiphany. This hand's great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Curving right and out the door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Gonna get the elves in play. Carrot Top and our Castillo, thanks for the follows. Good afternoon. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Great to see over 1,100 people in here for some magic. If you're new to the channel, like the folks that just followed, welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I do Magic the Gathering to start my stream 5 days a week. Usually play 3 or 4 constructed decks every day. We change decks every 60 to 90 minutes. You get a lot of variety in the stream here. We play Standard, Historic, and a little bit of Historic Brawl. If you're into that sort of thing, make sure you tap the follow button, as well as check out my YouTube channel, where everything I stream that's worthwhile gets posted to its own videos. Great source to find excellent variety of deck lists. We're over 24 different standard decks in since rotation happened. Bunch of no plays. Just like a removal spell or something here, or what? There's a sweeper in my future? The Disdainful Stroke we're thinking about? Like, what are you doing, opponent? Must be a counterspell, right? Really? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there.
Fight, then we feast.
How many non-land hits do we have for Storm the Festival? Literally Storm the Festival and a couple of Tangletraps. That's it at this point. It could be a Burn Down the House. That's a good shout. Do I hold on to this because it could be a Burn Down the House? I'm gonna chill on this for next turn. I think Burn Down the House is a good read. Yes. Yeah, I agree that that play was probably not great. When it happened, I talked about it being good for us because the Angels were no longer there and we drew a bunch of cards. I think that is a good post-thing assessment. So you're dead? My friend. Alright, let's play one more Elf Smashy game here before we jump on over to some Pokemon Unite, huh? It's been sweet. It's been better than expected. The solid like curve into Storm's been very reasonable. We've had anywhere close to average variance. We've had good games. Any chance Naya Maskwood makes their rounds again? Maybe. I gotta look through everything else that we've done that I want to get back to. Oh, it's fine. I kind of felt like the Naya Maskwood deck was just like good deck with bad cards shoved into it, maybe a little too much. So Tangled Florahedron's land this game against Shambling Ghast. More aggressive deck, it looks like. What self-respecting member of Twitch chat would take a good deck and shove their bad pet cards into it in a desperate bid to have them be playable? Yeah. Listen, for a long time, when we were doing $10 deck submissions, especially in Modern, a lot of the Modern submissions people would send in were just like, tier deck made 8 to 10 cards worse with bad pet cards that are worse than the normal stock deck. Yeah, I think Painter's very reasonable. I really love, and I've talked about this on stream before, but I really love the design of these treasure makers that they've been printing recently that give us like, what's the word I'm searching for? They give us ramp in non-green colors. That's temporary. The temporary ramp design feels very, very elegant. And even like we see, what's it called? Innkeeper is even a fine design. That's low key why Lurrus is so powerful. It forces you to never play your bad pet cards. Yeah, no joke. Lurrus's drawback is actually deck building advice. It's like Hagak, right? Hagak was so good because it told you how to build your deck on the card. It said, hey, stupid, you're not allowed to pay mana for this, so you better build your deck in a way that's really cheaty. It didn't give you the option to play fairly with it. We might be able to race them with the second Shadowsage in hand here. What's going on, Mad Muso? Thanks for the follow. This is what? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8-ball next turn plus an attack. I think the odds of dying next turn are low. Famous last words. So if I attack with everything, I can put them to 1. Oh, they have Den of the Bugbear that can block here too. I have Jaspera Sentinel to block a Goldspan Dragon with theoretically as well. So next turn, we have 6 lethal threats that can attack with Warmaster's Pump from 2 Sentinels. Untapped land would give us 2 extra threats. I think I need to chump with the Sentinel if they attack with the Dragon, because I'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, Willie, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. This feels like a I'm dead, ship it, hope for mistake attack. If I go to 9, they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So if they have another light up tonight, I'm still only taking 7. Killing Shambling Ghast means they would have 2 more mana. So that'd be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. That is incredibly unfortunate. I guess we still attack with both of these, right? Because it gets to eat this. Great. Well, we are, Prince of the Undeath, undeath the Elves. They can attack with both because it's Den of the Bugbear, right? So we need to just, like, draw a Sage or a Festival into a Sage next turn. We're dead to another Light Up tonight. Hey. Hit me, dealer. Easy close game. And we're 1 mana off from flashing this back, right? Rough. GG, opponent. Hey, game 2. Tyvar's actually pretty bad here against these dragons. I'm gonna board in Wrenn and Seven and some Tangletraps. This is fine. Not amazing, but fine. If we're good, we'll draw. We'll draw some lands here. I think my plan is hope to draw an untapped land and play both of these as spells. So we can set up for turn 4 Storm the Festival, ideally. Yikes. Hey, Bizarre Trader, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Sack this and kill a Tangled Florahedron here, I bet. Yeah. The gas Deadly Dispute is such a good engine. Oh, they're making treasures. Okay, we're gonna see a dragon next turn. Or sweeper, perhaps. Alright, Storm. Need you to do some heavy lifting. Didn't kill my friends. It's a good step one. Okay. Decent hits, all things considered. Excited to get my board wiped by an Orcus next turn. Nirmagrin, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. We technically have enough mana to flash it back with Canopy Tactician next turn. That's free, essentially, because Goldspan lets its treasure make 2. Wow, we're dead to a light up tonight here, right? Really impressive showing for the opponent's deck. They have 5 mana. You got a fireball? The fireball is such a sweet addition. Okay, so if I Shadowsage an attack, we can't do it. So I guess we just storm the festival and hope to hit double Sage, which sucks considering we just drew one. Should be dead here. Yeah, GG. Opponents, red black build was sweet. I liked it a lot. Ooh. The elf deck was more reasonable than I was expecting it to be. I had kind of low expectations going into this, and it felt like we balled up and did something that was kind of okay in a relative majority of our matches there. And if you're looking to elf ball, this felt like a pretty reasonable thing to be doing. We had quite a bit of, turn 2, turn 3 accelerant, turn 4 storm. The Shadowsage let us drain people out from a couple of key spots. We had to activate Warmaster with lots of mana over the top. This let us recover from sweepers in okay spots on a couple of times. Faceless Haven's obviously just great. And yeah, I think the Wrenn and Seven pivot with Tyvar when they have a lot of flying creatures makes a lot of sense. I think this deck would need to be tier 1, tier 1.5. I have no idea. It's such a vague question. Especially after, like, having played, like, games for, like, I played, like, what, 5 matches with it? 6 matches with it? So, it's hard to be specific about stuff like that when the question's so vague. All right, at any rate, that's going to wrap on Magic for the afternoon. Steve, I saw you in chat. Get on the call and